Okay, so this question is talking about a cylinder, and it's talking about some lengths and depths, and it's telling us that it's filling at a given rate of so many litres per second. The question has been nice and told us what the conversion is between litres and cubic centimetres. So questions don't always do this, so make sure you learn this as well. Does it take longer than an hour to fill the tank? Well, if it's filling at this rate of 0.2 litres per second, then we need to know how big the tank is in terms of its volume. So the question's crying out to work out the volume. So the first thing we're going to need is the formula for the volume of the cylinder. And what we should remember, because we don't get given these formulas, we've got to learn them, is that the volume of a cylinder is like a prism. So it's the circle times the length, and the circle area is pi r squared, and times it by the height of the cylinder. So the volume is going to be equal to pi times the radius, which we know is 40 centimetres, because the radius goes from the centre to the outside of the circle. And we know that's squared, of course, and we know the height of the cylinder is the same as the depth, so that's 150. So it's a calculator question. So pi times 40 squared. Remember, you've got your squared key on a calculator, x squared, and we times that by the 150. So we get an answer of 75398.2369 cubic centimetres. Because this is volume, it's 3 dimensions, so it's going to be cubic units. That's how many cubic centimetres it is, but this question is talking about litres per second, so we're going to convert. So we're going to convert to litres by dividing by 1,000, because they told us what the conversion was, although we're saying you should really learn this. So when we do this number divide by 1,000, notice I left the number that we had originally to save me typing it again in the calculator. So we end up with 753.98. So the volume is 753.9822369, not the final answer, so we should really write down all the digits. And that's now litres. Now, because it's filling at a rate of 0.2 litres per second, so the time to fill is going to be 753.9822369 divided by 0.2, because it's filling at 0.2 litres per second. So we divide that by 0.2. So 3769.911 seconds. Now the question talks about 1 hour. So again, we've got to know our facts, and 1 hour is how many seconds is the question we're asking ourselves. So 1 hour equals 60 minutes equals, well, every minute has 60 seconds, so 3,600 seconds. So the question says, does it take longer than an hour to fill the tank? So the answer is yes, it takes 169.9 seconds longer than an hour to fill the tank. Okay, so if we go through this question steadily again, just to remind ourselves what went on, it told us some information about the size of the cylinder. Because we recognised this was about litres, so therefore volume, it meant we had to work out the volume of the cylinder, and therefore we needed to remember the formula for the volume. Substitute the numbers into the formula to get the volume in cubic centimetres, but the question talks about filling at a rate of so many litres per second, so we had to do a conversion, and we need to know this conversion. So in doing that, we found out how many litres there were, and we divided that by the 0.2 to find out how many seconds it would then take to fill. And then the question asks us, does it take more than an hour? So we had to remember that an hour is 3,600 seconds, and therefore we're going to conclude, yes, it does take more than an hour. It takes 169.9 seconds longer than an hour to fill the tank. So 4-mark question involves a bit of work, but as long as you remember your formulas, think about your units and convert them sensibly. It's a calculated question, so it should be accessible with a bit of practice.